Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to another Apex Legends video. My name is Sweat if you guys are new, and in today's video, guys, I'm going to be telling you one main reason that you might be struggling to win gunfights in Apex Legends. And honestly, I've been playing the game since the very beginning, and I've just recently been correcting this and really focusing in on trying to fix this aspect of my game. So I guarantee you guys that 99% of you are doing this when you're dying to a certain extent or at some point in the game, and you might not even be noticing it. So the thing that I want to talk about, or the tactic, or the reason that you might be struggling to win gunfights, is going to be over-peeking angles. And over-peeking angles, what I mean by this is either re-peeking the same spot, or missing a bunch of your bullets right in the beginning of an exchange, and then still peeking that angle for the rest of your magazine in your gun. This is a massive problem, because what's going to happen is if you are shooting half the magazine of your gun and missing those bullets, that gives the enemy more than enough time, and especially if they have decent aim, it gives them more than enough time to pull their weapon up to your head, take some shots at you, and then you're going to lose that exchange. Then they obviously have the opportunity to push you, grapple on you, Valk on you. It doesn't even matter what legend they're playing. They have the opportunity to push you out of that location, when in reality, if you just unpeaked from that angle for a quick second, once you notice that you missed those primary bullets, none of that would have ever happened. So what I personally used to do, and what I'm trying to adjust right now, is if I don't hit those primary bullets, I would say within the first 5 bullets of your weapon magazine, when you're taking your weapon out, when you are peeking from an angle, if you miss up to 5 bullets in a row, or maybe 5 to 10 bullets in the magazine, I would just unpeak from that angle and then repeak from a different direction. Now, a lot of people also struggle with repeaking the same spot multiple times. What this is going to do, it's going to leave you vulnerable for headshots, because once you miss those primary bullets, you unpeak for a second and then you come back to that same location. More than likely, probably 9 times out of 10, the enemy's crosshairs are going to be right on your forehead. So you're already starting at a disadvantage, and it's pretty hard to miss bullets. Like, even the worst players in the world don't miss bullets when the crosshair is already lined up with where you're going to walk into. So that's a massive problem that I see a lot of people doing. Once you miss those primary bullets at that certain angle, you need to repeat from a different angle. Let's say you're on a box, let's say you're on a bin, whatever the case may be. If you peek out the right side, miss your primary 10 bullets in the magazine, you need to peek either left, or you need to jump over the top really quickly to try to get an angle. Because if you peek that right side again, the enemy does not have to rotate their crosshairs at all. And like I said before, that's going to lead to easy headshots and a massive disadvantage for you. Now, I do want to quickly specify that you can actually repeat the same angle, but only if the enemy is not looking at you. Let's say you miss some primary bullets on an enemy that has his back turned to you. By the time that he turns around, he's not going to know exactly where you shot from. So that's an okay time to repeat that angle. And honestly, I probably would, because the amount of time that it takes you to go from one side of the bin or one side of a box to another, that guy's not even going to know where you were in the first place, and you're going to miss the shots that you should have hit in that situation. So we are actually going to get into some clip reviews here in just a second, but I do want to add one thing before we do so, and that's also going to be another mistake that I see a lot of people making, and that's swinging out too wide on enemies. And what I mean by this is, when you're fighting an enemy behind a piece of cover, a lot of the time I'll see players swing out wide behind that piece of cover and just basically give it up for no reason whatsoever. The only reason that you should be moving out of a piece of cover is when you have an enemy low. There's no reason to take a wide open 1v1 fight when you can get the primary damage behind a piece of cover and then swing out wide later on in the gunfight. A lot of people just swing out wide way too early on people, and that's not the move. You always want to get that primary damage, and then you can fully commit to the 1v1 in the wide open, as long as you know that you have the health advantage. All right, everybody, so let's hop into some clips where I really feel like over-peaking is demonstrated very well. I'm going to hop in if I do something good, if I do something bad. If I make a mistake, I'm definitely going to let you guys know. So without further ado, let's go. And this individual was very sweaty. It's a 1v1 here. So you notice that I got more damage in that situation, but the reason that I'm not peeking right there off the bat is because this player has a shotgun on his back. He's going to pull out the shotgun, try to one-pump me with the shotgun, and it's very easily doable. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to back up. I'm not going to repeat that same angle like I was talking about before, because he can get some easy shots on me. to a certain extent, the damage was evenly exchanged right there. I got a little bit better of the exchange, but it's not enough to push off of. So I'm going to grapple up onto the roof. I'm going to pop this battery real quick while this other player goes inside. And he's going to run to the back here. So we are going to meet him at this door here. So I'm going to pop in this window. I see the player right off the jump, okay? Notice that I'm peeking the left side. He's in the wide open right here, so I should get the better of the exchange. But we both trade the same amount of damage again. So what I do is I don't peek for too long. You notice I hop into that window. I hop out of that window as fast as possible. As soon as I realize that this guy had decent shots on me, I'm out of that window and I'm getting a new angle. So I pop out. I go through the back. Definitely get the better of that exchange. But you'll notice I still didn't repeat that same angle because the enemy's going to be looking for that. So I decided to go back around. Go through the window again. And he hits me for a massive, massive shot right there. Now I know I am one PK shot away from dying for sure, unless he hits for like 10 or 14 damage, but I'm not banking on that whatsoever. So what I did right here is made a little bit of a mistake. I should definitely have just hopped out the window right now, grappled up on the roof, shield celled up, or done whatever. Instead, I try to hit the hipfire bullets while I'm falling out of the window. Not a good idea because that person could pop out again and shoot me once and get the kill. Thankfully, we get out of the window here. And he runs out the back, and I take some shots. Just enough. He was only 14 HP right there. But I got just enough damage through the little fence or whatever you want to call it right here to get the kill. So that was a very good situation, in my opinion, of demonstrating when to peek, when to not peek, when over peeking is allowed, when it's not allowed. So that's situation number one. Let's head to situation number two. All right, everybody. So here is situation number two. I'm about to head into this building, and this is where I actually make a mistake. First of all, I'm quite a ways away from my team. I was leading them a bit too far out of range, so I was kind of fighting this team 1v2, but I head into this room. You'll see what happens here. So I head into the room with my Volt out, take some shots at the Bangalore, almost get the knock. She's about 1 HP right now, so I head upstairs. I get the knock on her. I instantly see the Octane coming upstairs. So the mistake that I make, you're going to obviously see here, I overpeak this angle way too hard. So I head into the room and I instantly head back, and you can see this Octane running at me with the deadly Spitfire. He's never going to run out of bullets. What I should have done in this situation is either played the enemy's knockdown shield or just played the right side of the wall right there so I could get some easy shots, back up, readjust my position, and get more damage on this guy. Instead, I try to out hipfire him. He has a Spitfire. I have a Volt in the wingman. It's just not going to work out for me. So in that situation, definitely could have done better. Also, like I said, I'm pretty separated from my team, so that's another negative. I just want to show you guys some failures along with the success, so you know that I do it as well. And I told you, 99% of the players in this game probably do this at some point without even noticing. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the third moment in this video that we're going to go over, it is a 1v3 situation in arenas. My teammates have died out, and I'm not going to lie, these kids were pretty good players on the other team, so it was definitely going to be tough for me to get this win. So I'm going to go over every single time that I'm peeking angles, why I'm doing it, so-and-so. So let's go. So I'm taking the Phoenix hit, obviously, because I have no health. I'm sure you guys have realized that by now. You're going to see this Bangalore make a massive mistake on the left. You see how I hit her for 89 damage right off the rip, okay? She's going to make the massive mistake of re-peeking that same exact angle. She's still peeking that angle. Get the knock on her, which is crucial. I'm going to take a battery real quick. I now know that I have one person knocked on the team. It's no longer a 1v3, it's a 1v2. So moving my way over here. I want to check the stairway, and I caught a little glimpse of this person's leg. The Wraith, I believe. The Wraith's legs going over this way. So I know to pre-aim this angle, and I'm going to use this side of this barrier wall thing as cover. So I get that knock. Thank God. And it hit a battery again. Now I know it's a 1v1 situation because there's really no chance that that person could have rezzed. I mean, there is and there isn't, because that would have been a tough res to pull off in zone. So I'm banking on it only being one more person. She drops down low. I drop onto her. A very bad play here that I actually dropped onto her, because she could have easily played this angle right here to her advantage, this side of the wall, because it's definitely in zone. And I'm over here with basically no cover. And what I would have had to have done if she played that angle was just back up around the corner and play inside the building or whatever happened. But thankfully, she dropped down. I got the better of the exchange. I think I did like 80 something damage to her, 70 damage to her. And she only has this much of my health and shield off. So I decided to just slide off the top, do a little 360, and get the kill. But anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed some of these examples of overpeaking. And I need you guys right now to stop doing this in your own game. Try to pay more attention to it. And if you guys can fix this, then it's going to solve a lot of your problems. You're going to be dying a lot less. You're going to be winning a lot more games. Trust me, guys. This is crucial. Definitely implement it into your own game. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, like the video, of course, and have a great rest of your day. It's been Sweat. Peace out.